Hi, it's Nancy Linneruth with unblockresults.com, where people come to stop procrastinating once and for all, painlessly, almost effortlessly, and in less time than you can imagine possible. Sometimes my clients will tell me that the reason they didn't get something done that they were planning to do was that they were just too tired. They hadn't been able to sleep the night before, and they couldn't focus, they couldn't be creative. And this is a big problem, especially these days. It seems like we're having an epidemic of stress. One of the things stress does is interferes with our sleep. So I thought what I would do is teach you a technique that might help fall asleep. Now, I did a whole program on sleep, all the things that might get in the way of sleep and ways to use tapping to release those and get around them. This is just going to be a tiny little snippet of it. But if the problem is you're having a little trouble just going from daytime to falling asleep, and it's like your brain won't shut off, this might be something that will help you get to that stage where you can just transition into sleep. Okay? So what I want you to do is tap along with me right now through the video. So take 2 fingers and go right here where your eyebrow starts. Okay? So you're not actually tapping. For sleep, I want you to rub those spots instead, because that tends to be more relaxing and soothing. So the next spot is right on the side of your eye. So just rub there. About an inch below your pupil, between your nose and your lip, on that line on your chin. Okay, the next spot's a little hard to find, so find where that U-shaped bone is at the base of your neck, and go to either one of those points at the top of it, where it joins another bone. It makes kind of a V shape. So you go to the tip of the V on either side. You're going to go down a little less than an inch and away from your center a little less than an inch, and it should be kind of a soft spot there between the bones. You want to rub there. Okay? The next spot is about 4 inches down from your armpit. So take all 4 fingers and go there and just rub there. If this is uncomfortable, or if any of the other spots are uncomfortable, you can just skip them. The remaining spots will be enough. Okay? And then you end at the top of your head. I love this one to end with because if you've ever done break an egg, you know how relaxing it is to just rub the top of your head gently. All of these spots are fairly gentle. Don't start a fire with them. But you do actually want to do some rubbing so that you feel it. Don't kind of shake your fingers at the spot. Really go ahead and rub there. Okay? Now keep going around the spots while I tell you what you're going to do. So when you're wanting to fall asleep, you go around these spots for as long as you want to on each spot, and you think about your day. Play it as if it's a movie. Play it kind of at the distance. You don't want to get into the details. This is not a time to try to figure things out. It's just a time to say, yeah, that happened, and then that happened, and while tapping or rubbing the spots. And what that seems to do is help you integrate your day and process it so that it's easier to transition into that sleep state. Okay? It also might help with your dreams. In fact, I do this with my daughter. She's 10 years old now. I've started every night since she was 6 months old. I'd tap on the spots or rub on the spots. Well, we would go through her day. So when she was a tiny baby, I'd say, well, you played with blocks, and then Grandma called, and then, and as she got older, she went off to school, I'd say, well, so what happened at school? What was the good stuff? What was the bad stuff? And sometimes she'll tell me, sometimes she won't. But even when she doesn't, I know that she's thinking about it. And while we're tapping, that helps her process it. She is more relaxed on those nights where we're not able to do the tapping. I can tell because it takes her longer to fall asleep. But I think it also helps in another way that I can point to, because she's 10 years old now. I can count on 1, maybe 2 hands the number of nightmares that have woken her up. If you know anything about kids, you know that's kind of a big deal. There's very few nightmares. And I think it's because we processed her day before she went to sleep by using the rubbing of the spots. Okay? So that's what you do. Try it out, see if it helps. And if you liked this technique, you want to hear more, come to my website, unblockresults.com, sign up for my newsletter. Until I see you again, happy tapping.